Hello and welcome to a new sub-series of critical coffee considerations with me, Francis Peck. Aeroprepping for the World Championship. I don't know yet for which year, but that doesn't really matter. It's all about finding the best Aeropress recipe. So I'm here in Italy at my in-laws, and I often just consider this to be kind of my Aeropress laboratory as I take it with me every year. And they really just have the traditional mocha pots, and that's really in the end. Although I had a period where it was my main coffee making instrument, in the end, when I now have the options, it's kind of my last resort. So I always take the Aeropress here, and this time around actually I took, I think, a good 20 filters with me. But so the problem is that unless you bought the Aeropress Go, where it kind of includes a small container in which you can put the filters and take with you, they easily always kind of get a little bit dirty or folded or whatever. I haven't really found a perfect place to keep it in. I really like this grinder as it fits nicely in my Aeropress, so that's then all the compact. But for the filters, I really didn't have a solution, and so this time around I had them in basically in a handkerchief kind of pack to keep them separated from the coffee and other things. And then of course what happened after one of my first sessions, that pack kind of got misplaced. Well, I have no idea where all those filters are. Luckily, I did have some spares in my backpack, and then when I say, it wasn't in the kind of planned way, but in the kind of, you go somewhere, you put some filters, you forget about them, you go to another place, you again take some filters, and again after the event you forget about them, so you end up with a few filters here and there in your backpack. Again, if you would have the Aeropress Go, that would be a lot more convenient when you just have everything together. But for me, it doesn't. When you already have one, it allows me to do my brew experiments with it. There's no fundamental difference with the Go, so why should I go for a new one? I mean, it just seems like some money you could as well invest in something else. But in any case, when I was suddenly out of filters and I hadn't found yours again, I just decided to have a go with some kitchen paper as a filter. And in that first experiment, I actually had a very nice result. The coffee seems to have been somewhat more clear than what I get out of the stock filters. So then I kind of figured, well, for this first episode of preparing for the Aeropress World Championship, I will focus on getting the best filter. Now, when I used the first kitchen paper, or it actually might have been kind of a kitchen towel, um, it was actually white. So then this kind of colors, I don't know how food safe this actually is, the kitchen towel. So I don't really want to risk my health here. But for this one time, I guess I'll just have a taste of whatever comes out of it. But as I was then pondering, like, okay, I don't like the colorants on there. What alternative do I still have? And for some reason, toilet paper came to mind. At least it's, well, it can either be kind of white or kind of recycled color. Then the big question is it food safe? It's definitely not meant to be used in that sense. And now this one actually says, it has been carta da fonte gestiti in maniere responsabili. I guess that's just where they get the woody material to make it with. It doesn't necessarily say that the way it is produced is then also food safe. Nor should it be. Of course, the kitchen towels, you can suppose that they actually come in contact with food. So they should definitely be produced in a manner that allows for that. But as I did research, is toilet paper food safe? And first in the Google bar, and as I was looking for toilet paper, then space, whatever, food safe was somewhere up that list. So either Google figures that I'm somebody that might want to look for that information, or it's something that is searched for by every now and then. And in fact, the first results returned are not really about the food safety per se, of being used as a filter or anything like that. The topics being discussed was actually that some people, and I don't know about what percentage that we're speaking here, but a certain amount of people actually just eat toilet paper. Now, there might be situations where people are just, I guess, eating it to not feel hungry, and then, well, either that's for an extreme diet, or because they just don't have the money to buy food. So that's actually kind of very sad. So if this episode would ever make or have any proceeds, that would definitely go directly to an organization supporting people eating toilet paper to have alternatives. I mean, that's just really not a joke. But let's get back to the competition. I am looking for the best filter possible for my Aeropress that might help me win an Aeropress World Championship. So let's go to the actual test. I will just soak them in some just boiled water to disinfect, because in the end, the safety of, well, the toilet paper or other ones is that at one side there might be some bacteria because the processes to produce them don't really take account of that. But this one probably also has bacteria because it was just sitting in my backpack at some place. And then the other thing is they might really use some chemicals to make this white or get the colors on here that you just wouldn't want in your digestive system. So they definitely have other options or other problems, but just to deal with the bacteria, I'm going to soak them in some very hot water. So I'll now do the prep for each of the three filter methods. the traditional Aeropress filter per dirty, kitchen towel, and the toilet paper. Let's speed it up. Okay, we are now ready for comparison. It, it turned out in the process to be a very interesting experiment. This is the one I trust most, that I will actually swallow. And then we have the ones that I'm a little less secure about. Now, in the process, that was already quite obvious that the resistance, as I turn it around, was a lot less. And wow, okay. The problem with the toilet paper is that it's probably not very absorbent. There's just a lot of grounds that actually got through. Now, there might be reason to do the prep in kind of a different way, and of course it might depend on the toilet paper that you're actually working with. But that one is just really out of competition for several reasons. Just cleaning my mouth with the one that is trustworthy. So at this point, there's no reason for the championship to go for anything but the stock filter. Although the one with the kitchen paper, again, as was in my first experiment, it does have kind of a nice clarity, and it definitely doesn't have this problem that the toilet paper had with all the grounds getting through. So are you if you're in a desperate place, suddenly finding yourself without filters, um, kitchen towel paper can just help you out. I wouldn't make it a regular thing because again, I wouldn't completely trust the food safety of these. But I do know other people just kind of use regular coffee filters and then cut out a filter just for the Aeropress, and that just works perfectly. And you have even little devices that would allow you to produce them quite quickly. But who knows? If you have tips for off-the-shelf filters that give a good result, let me know in the comments. Just to give some further insight in my choices. So I was working with my Vietnam huge beans. See some of the other videos on that. The medium roast with the Genie Cafe, and it's giving it quite not a sour taste, so it's relatively kind of sweet here in this recipe. So I kind of have optimized it when I still have my filters to a point that I kind of like it with the Aeropress. And at this point, it's using 10 grams of coffee, just doing around 20 grams of water for a little bit of blooming. But then, as you could see, I just immediately kind of go to the 6 grams in total. So I'm trying to stay close to an espresso like recipe. And at this point I'm kind of enjoying that. The setting on the Rubotech is 4, which even at a setting of 1, this is 2 cores for espresso, just to give you an idea. But this is the portable option. This allows me to travel in this way, so that's why I'm really looking for an Aeropress recipe, not only to win a championship with, but one that I actually enjoy using. Good luck searching for your championship recipes. Hope you enjoyed this one and hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.